Well, for the latest update, we cross to SABC News correspondent Dasha. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time with us. Perhaps you could just bring us the latest emerging confirmation of his body at this point. Has the cause of the crash also been established? Anyone taking responsibility? If so, what's emerging?
Well, indeed, there are still too many questions left to be answered. As we understand, at the moment, the investigators are working at the scene of the plane crash. What we have heard from the Russian authorities is the confirmation that indeed all the 10 members, all the 10 people who have been on board of that plane traveling from Moscow to St. Petersburg have died as a result of the plane crash. The debris of the plane have been found all around the area, some 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers from the place where the plane has crashed. The debris have been found there, and also we understand that the bodies of the 10 people have been also recovered. At the same time, the nature of this crash doesn't really allow that to identify those bodies really quickly against the passenger list. That does confirm that Yevgeny Prigozhin and the co-founder of the Wagner private military group, Dmitry Ukin, have both been on board of that plane. So we are waiting for the official confirmation whether Yevgeny Prigozhin's DNA has been tested, and many Russian analysts have all been saying that until the DNA test is done, Yevgeny Prigozhin cannot be pronounced to be dead. So definitely the sources quoted by the Russian media are suggesting that DNA samples have been taken to the Russian capital to identify who exactly the people on board of that plane were. Just to remind you, the plane crashed late Wednesday in the Tver region, which is almost halfway between the Russian capital Moscow and St. Petersburg, and Yevgeny Prigozhin is believed to be on board there. But again, no causes for what has happened have been established at the moment. The investigation and the commission that has been set up to look into the potential reasons and the causes of this crash has not pronounced any option at the moment. We understand they are considering all the possible versions, starting from the pilot error, the technical malfunction, as well as the weather conditions.
Dasha, thank you for that. At this point, has there also been a response from the Kremlin or its military? I wonder also how this, influences Putin. Does it strengthen Russian President Vladimir Putin, or does it see him having to take revenge, given the role Prigozhin has played in Russia? Controversial somewhat, because he was useful to the Kremlin, but obviously, and also hailed as a national hero by some. But we obviously saw what transpired following the failed mutiny. What is also being unearthed on that front?
Well, we haven't had any comment from the Kremlin on this matter, probably because the Russian president has been busy taking part in the commemoration and the marking of the Kursk battle in the Kursk region, as well as the BRICS summit, in which the Russian president has been taking part virtually by the video link. At the same time, speaking about what could have been the reason behind this crash, indeed, there are many options. Some people suggest that that could have been because of the Ukrainian trace, others suggest that could have been the matter of a revenge, and others do insist that that could have been all in all a staged act so that Yevgeny Prigozhin can find a way out, and in fact he was never on board of that plane. So indeed there is much speculation, many different versions, but we have to wait what the official investigation does say. Obviously some people, particularly in the West, have been very quick to blame the Russian president for what has happened, but again, apparently after the Wagner aborted mutiny, the boss, Yevgeny Prigozhin, has found an arrangement in which he has become a free man. But certainly the investigation is ongoing, and we're yet to hear for the official results.
All right, Dasha, thank you for that update. We're obviously monitoring developments. As you alluded to, there are still more questions at this point as investigations are underway, and everyone is obviously putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Our correspondent live from Moscow, Dasha, bringing us the latest there. Obviously looking at news emerging where several pieces of an aircraft that crashed in the Russia-Tver region, which is believed to be carrying the Russian mercenary Yevgeny Prigozhin. We are obviously monitoring developments to see what unfolds from there too.